I'll try this. Can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? Okay, perfect. Perfect, guys. So just as a little recap, so what we're going over here is we're going over the 5 main ad types. And I showed you guys what most people are doing. So most people are running these AIA ads, and we literally pulled up. You could just type in any brand you want, and you're going to see all these cookie cutter ads, and they leak customers out because you send them to your website, and then they're lost there because look at how many different things there are to click. So this strategy has not been seen to be super profitable. It does have a place for in-market shoppers. And if you can target the right kind of data, it can work, but there's a way more profitable way to do that. And so I'm going to show you guys that and some other things too. Most of the problem with ads on Facebook, ads work in 2023. Facebook and Instagram ads work just like they did in 2019, a little bit harder and a little bit more expensive, but just the same thing, like super underpriced lead that nobody else is targeting, that 85% of dealerships completely ignore because everybody's going for these third-party leads on listing sites, which is our in-market shoppers, which we all love in-market shoppers. They're easy deals, but not everybody that's qualified to buy a car or wants to buy a car is actually even scrolling on those sites, and everybody's scrolling on social media. So let me show you guys the first type that we're going to go over. We're going to go over these 5 types. The first type is, and then 2 bonus types. If you guys do digital retailing or you're more of a car broker and you work with the customers like that, we've got that for you. And then if you are working with Hispanic customers, I've got ads to generate that. So the first style is happy customer, why buy style. Now, these honestly don't convert car deals that fast. They're a long-term play. So advertising with this strategy, it's like a garden, and your garden, the day you plant the seeds is not the day that you're going to actually reap the reward, is not the day that you're going to produce the harvest. But these ads have a way of actually positioning you in your audience as somebody that they can have a know, like, and trust factor for. And people are really likely to come through these ads with a variety of different wants and needs and actually inquire with you guys. And so it's just taking happy sold customers and then hooking them up with some messaging like peace of mind car buying, car buying made simple, showing reviews, things like that. These ads are designed to generate emotional connection and look organic to the platform. So it looks like your aunt or your uncle just bought a car and they're posting these over here. This is why they work. It really attracts a well-rounded type of clients with lower to no credit mixed with prime shoppers as well. But think like everyday Joe and like small mom and pop type business owners. That's what these kind of ads are going to produce. They typically have lower than normal down payments. And at times it's like their down payment or house payment. So with these type of ads, you have to catch people in the right time. And it's more of a marathon play. But what you can do in these ads to generate and build trust is put all your reviews, dozens of reviews, showcase the best ones. Just put in quotations the person's review, put their first name. You can even put like your area, like Denver homeowner, Denver, local. How many years of proof? We've been doing this for 37 years of financing and automotive sales experience. Family owned and operated. I love to put this one in there. People love working with small businesses and supporting small businesses these days. And so you want to incorporate that into your ads. Free test drive, no obligation, showing people what the process looks like and getting them in the door without making them feel like they're going to be hard pitched or roped into anything that they don't want to do. Industry experience, how you help them specifically, like tell them about your credit rebuilder program, tell them about your VIP plus program, your joint buyer program. If you're doing co-signers, find unique ways to explain what you guys do and make the process more approachable for people that want to see what you guys do. So this gives you the opportunity to show them what makes you guys unique, how you help people, and teach them how to buy with you in less time. The pros are these are super easy to set up. Just get happy customer photos. And then these aren't posts on social media. These are ads. So you put money behind it every day and it automatically gets pushed to a new audience. It's not like a lot of posts where you're going to post it and then it's just going to be lost in the feed really fast. This is going to keep going and generating for you. So they're easy to run. They look great, consistent lead flow. And sometimes the cheapest lead flow you'll ever see. And the qualification calls tend to be easy, rinse and repeat style. You just have to train your staff to just meet somebody where they are. Hey, I saw you're clicking on one of our ads, looking for a car, interested to buy in the next week or so, and you're looking to spend around $450 a month. Is that right? Awesome. Well, what kind of cars do you like? And then just kind of work them down. Are you looking to finance? Or are you looking to buy? Just have your BDC handle that. But yeah, these work well. like I said, the one thing that can be hard for it is the conversion rate to actual sales might not be as high as direct offers. Like if you run a financing offer that says 0 down, no payment for 90 days, upgrade your ride and keep your payment the same or lower your payment with no payment for 90 days. That's like an aggressive direct offer. Those have a place too. You want to have like a shotgun approach in these ads. That's what we do, is we do a shotgun approach. So we'll run these different 5 ad types all at the same time and blast them into your market and get you a well-rounded variety of leads. And plus the same person is going to see different types of ads. And so they're going to see the happy customer, that's going to retarget them and build social proof. They're going to see the inventory ads, and that's going to get them to look at your inventory. And so that leads me to my type 2 that we run, is advanced auto inventory ads. I call them MIAs, manual inventory ads. So everybody's running automated inventory ads where they just take the automatic carousel and they feed it in and they think that's good and they run to their website. But all these actually are generated to actually make people click, and then they fill out a small lead form that says when they're looking to buy, how much they have for a down payment, what type of vehicle they're interested in, and what type of vehicle they're looking to trade. By doing this, you get super, super high qualified leads on your inventory. So you can get VIN specific leads essentially, but they're not as sold on one specific vehicle. You're getting them into a conversation and you're putting the vehicles that you have in front of them. And then you can send them a list of vehicles. There's different market automations and stuff like that. But then you're not just asking or just sending them to your website and saying, here, go look. And there's 1,000 other things to distract them. It's let's find exactly what kind of car they're interested in, exactly when they want to buy, what their equity looks like, what their down payment looks like, what their credit looks like, and let's get them in here. So these work really, really well. We find that just putting up some of your best inventory up there can drive a lot of leads in, and you don't have to be switching this out all the time. It's people want to know, hey, is this Jeep available? No, but we've got another one, or we're getting things in all the time. And you guys are car sales professionals. You know how to turn people into different cars, but these look a lot better when it's just natural. And this is random photos, and these aren't high quality, and that's by design. The super high quality automotive ads gets automatically scrolled by for people. Even this is like a little bit too much, but these are nice as well, especially for old people, which is who you want to be thinking about targeting a lot for your prime ads. And that's going to be inventory. If you simulate kind of a catalog for them, it's really helpful, and it kind of takes them back to the print days, except it's digital. But then just make it easy for them to submit a lead so you can have a conversation with them right after. And that's why we use lead forms a lot, and we also make people funnels all the time with small little quizzes and stuff like that. So the problem with this is, like, most people are just sending people to their website, where a lot of people leave. The statistic, it's 95% of traffic bounces within 3 minutes and then it ends there. People are only visiting an average of 1 dealership before they're buying these days, guys. That's a recent statistic. It's actually 1.2. They used to visit 5 to 6 dealerships before buying. Now it's 1.2. So people literally find the best dealership to work with. They inquire on their ads. They go into one place, the first place they find online. So got to make sure that this process is on point. We use this type successfully in combination with other types to help Characters Auto do an extra 20 to 35 deals per month for the last year and a half. One of our best clients, still going strong. So that gives you a well-rounded balance of 2. And here's another one that works really good. So if you work with subprime customers, special financing, let's be real. Right now, inventory is hard to get the cheap stuff. Interest rates are making it so prime leads aren't buying. And so the best thing to look at right now is all the subprime buyers, because they don't care about the interest rates, and they also really don't care about the piece of inventory that you put them in a lot of times. But the one thing about these people is that you have to make sure that you're able to get the right people in with the right criteria and the right approval characteristics. So you'll see that we put like 600 plus in here. We'll put like, hey, the exact criteria of what we do, who we can help, and then we'll send them all and we'll filter them out through a page that literally gives them a super, super good look at how they can buy, and they put in their full credit app. It's basically a full credit app, but people, the way they engage, it's like in survey mode. So I could show you guys some examples of that, but we're able to get people full credit applications, and sometimes as low as, like for this client, $5.47 and over 128 credit apps. And this is in a 2-week period. Imagine getting 128 finance applications for $700 in ad spend. And that's what these exact ads are able to do. Just putting really clear, I help people with bad credit, low credit, or no credit get approved for a car loan. Car buying made simple. These are the same ads that help Dana from Revelation Auto Sales to be able to sell an extra 6 cars a week. After he had given up on Facebook, he was working with another agency before he hired us, and we installed this whole thing and got him information like employment status, history, where they work, confirm that they're a resident, timeline they're looking to purchase in, why they want to buy a car right now, what's their motivation. That's more for them than us, like I said earlier. How much they can afford down, access to joint signer if they're ready to buy, trade info, estimated credit score, contact info, including street address and date of birth. And now you've got a full application, and we're getting those for under $6 a full application. Not always, every market's a little bit different, but the way we run our system is we run up the ads separately under your own account and your own market for full transparency. So you're able to get the lowest cost per lead, and we get you unlimited credit apps. So as many as we can generate for that cost. So this type attracts a specific audience that doesn't shop based on inventory prices or interest rate percentages, but rather on impulse, opportunity, and desire. They're usually less informed on car buying process and more receptive, which leads to easier deals and shorter sales cycles. These are the people you usually don't have to bend over backwards for. If you can get them approved, they're signing and driving. So the best thing with these is you have to provide transparent approval criteria. Potential customers are more likely to engage with your dealership as long as they know that they can meet the basic requirements. We put the basic requirements out there on the ads so they can know exactly what it costs. A lot of people don't even know what the process to buy a car is in 2023. And so they're really hung up on that. So we got to make sure that we tell them like, hey, you're going to need some job history. Sorry, you're not going to be able to get a Mercedes for $200 down with zero credit history or a past repo, but we might be able to get you into the Honda Accord, that we've got sitting around. So putting those things on the front end, educating your buyers, it's so important. And the good thing about running ads like this, what makes the juice worth the squeeze is the profits on these front end and back end usually being a lot significantly higher than usual for people. We see a lot of 5-bangers off these, and we love to get those all day. So this can be super profitable, especially if you're talking about $5 applications. When you look at that on throw $5,000 at that and see, I mean, that's 50 car sales potentially. Like when you look at the app volume, it just depends on your market, but we've seen guys do 43 sales in a month with just these ads alone. So, you're working with people that need fresh start or someone to give them a chance. A lot of times these people are in need of a vehicle. And so it's definitely a way to rebuild their credit. You provide that to people as a service, and it's an easier sale too. Especially if you can work with like bankruptcy people specifically. Like I got a guy that's his kind of bread and butter is helping people that have bankruptcy get approved. He works with special banks. And so we get him bankruptcy leads, and he makes like 5K on every one. And that's a really positive thing. And the people are super happy going through a rough time, but we were able to get them approved. So that's super big. Cons: crafting the right message and setting accurate disqualification filters requires careful planning and market research. Limited audience size compared to more general ads might result in lower lead volume. Although these days we see more people are subprime dominantly, it seems like. So we usually get a higher ad volume there. Continuous monitoring optimizations are needed. It takes more work to get one deal done on every end, getting the prospect in the door, getting documents, working with the bank, asking for more money down, getting co-signers. It can be a lot more tedious and straining process. And that's why you have to be good at dealing with these types of customers. Like I wouldn't recommend a dealership that doesn't have specified banks and doesn't know the process front and back to even try this, because it's going to be a lot of work. So you got to be equipped for that. But if you're like a subprime specialist and you know how to turn those deals, you should have these ads just running straight to your credit app. You don't even need the stupid survey, quiz, all that. Just literally make special finance ads and then just send them to the credit app on your website. It could be that easy. Like, or just send out an email and text blast and just put that link in there. Like you'll start getting credit apps. And once somebody fills out a credit app, their likelihood of buying a car is so high, as you guys know. So this is the campaign that helps Garden City average $187 per car sold, and they add 10 to 15 deals per month for about $2,200 in advertising spend. Dana, who I mentioned earlier, to sell 4 to 6 cars per week for an extra $3,000 a month, and Gateway Autoplex to do a massive 25 to 40 deals per month with us. They are my first client from over 3 years ago and still active and closing leads to this day. We just built out a big AI automated dealership bot to work their leads, and that's been super sweet. So appreciate Gateway. They've kind of been our guinea pig as we've grown together over the last years. Okay, so this leads to my next one. This is perfect if you're going for the more general car buyer and you want to have some prime deals in the mix. So trade-in events with this offer specifically, This offer, this is what I would call a very direct response offer. You run a trade-in event, right? And you tell them, hey, you can lower your payment and upgrade your ride for $0 down. Okay. And in these ads, you'll generate some lower class leads, some higher class leads, and a lot of middle of the road. But through this is the cheapest way we found to get the most prime leads. Is people with positive equity and A+ credit will come in here and they'll say 0 down, no payments for 90 days. Let me see what I can get. And they'll tell you what they want to trade. And we've already got a lot of deals done. One of our newest clients closed one of the first leads that came in. We spent $85. We had 5 leads in their pipeline. And the first one that we generated, a girl named Donna, she actually came in and bought. So that was pretty sweet. This works really, really, really well because it's like an event, right? And you can put a time limit on it. You can say, hey, we've got appraisers here on site, and they're going to be going away in 2 weeks. Come now and, take advantage. You can also do a direct, we'll buy your car, receive the best offer for your car in minutes. All the big companies are doing this. Carvana's doing a ton of this. And this does work, guys. But the problem is you're going to get a lot of people with negative equity, and you're going to get a lot of people that you've got to work them out when they want high retail for their car. And of course, you can only pay like clean trade. So that's a big factor. Sell your car campaign. You got to have like an acquisition manager or someone specifically ready for it. And you got to be able to retail your cars out for full price, or else it's really hard to make the math make sense. But this is a great strategy for getting underpriced inventory too. I like to frame the negatives to you guys because I'm not a Houdini guru, magic, all this BS that people try to push. There's realistic things with all of these, pros and cons. So the biggest con is the time that it takes, but there's pros with this too. We got a guy in Alaska that buys about 6 cars a week just using this strategy, and they'll net like 15, 20K on some of those deals. So that's one advantage to using this. This is the trade-in campaign. I would definitely always be running a trade-in campaign because then you're not losing inventory. You're able to sell a car and buy one on the back end. And of course, we know it's not always how you sell, it's how you buy that makes you the money in this business. So yeah, guys, I'm going to open up the floor for some Q&A in a second. Let me just go over the last one. By the way, case study in the last, a new client, Dennis Dillon Nissan, in the past 30 days, they did 35K. Actually, they did 42,000. They sold 2 more cars recently. So they did 9 deals in the first 30 days from 3K in ad spend. So if you pass me $1 and I was able to turn it into $10, what would you say? And that's what we were able to do to them. They spent 3K and they made back 42K. So almost an 11x ROI. Okay, UGC content, guys, this is the biggest deal. Like if you take anything from here, take this. So this guy, look at this goony looking guy. He actually nailed it with our sales scripts and made these videos standing in front of his cell phone and just holding it out and saying, if you need a car and have bad credit, no credit, or low credit, I can help you get approved. And look at all the positive comments. Look, 77 likes. And these kind of comments, got to say, David and his team are incredible. I call him the car doctor. He's an amazing, got me and my husband approved. And like this guy literally went viral. And I got a video of him that I can send to you guys. And it's literally him. And he's saying like, hey, I'm doing about 35 deals a month now. I used to only be doing about 15, 100%. This has increased my sales. Every single day, people walk into the dealership and they point at me and they're like, oh, that's the guy from the video. Because there's something to be said about showing face in this business. When you can connect with people on video and you can actually have a sales guy standing there or your finance manager or you, even better yet, standing there and talking about what you're about, people can feel when people actually know their stuff and that people are full of crap. Like hopefully you spent this time with me here today and you know that I actually know a little bit something about making ads that help car dealerships to sell more cars, because everybody can get clicks, everybody can get traffic, and a lot of people can get leads, but actually selling cars is a whole nother thing. If there's an art to it, no marketing is this magic formula, and people overcomplicate this stuff incredibly. But these ad types here, it's just simple. You just have them running, you set the budget, you can set a budget as low as $10 a day per campaign, and you run these. And this is such a proven model at this point. This has helped David. So in the last, oh, and we also hire actors too. If the dealership isn't feel comfortable, then we hire actors and they'll act like they just bought a car, or they'll just make a little commercial that's fit to social media. So we do all that on behalf of the dealers we work with, and it works really, really well for us. So this ad type's perfect, a business of any size. Like you literally show them who you are, your salesmen are, and you see your lead quality go way up. Your lead cost sometimes goes up slightly because you're filtering people out naturally on your ads now with your messaging being dialed in. But the quality just increases so much, and your no-show rate will go down. If you can get a campaign that goes viral, it significantly increases your brand visibility. And guys, like, people want to know, like, and trust you in this business. People do business with people they like. If you can get user-generated content, like, we've got some guys that they'll be standing next to a customer that just bought, and they're like, we got him approved. We got him in the Challenger. And the guy's like, I love my new car. That stuff is so tremendous. You need to be pushing that out to your audience, especially in-market shoppers, retargeting people that were on your website, using that in all your posts and pushing that out. So that's what we help with. And you can encourage customers to participate, and you can create a sense of community and loyalty around your dealership. Like these miniature customer personas, like we help David to do. He calls himself the Loner Ranger. He puts on a cowboy hat and he says, I'm the Loner Ranger. I'm your voice to the bank. I'll fight for you, and it works. And we've got guys like the Bankruptcy Batman, just stupid stuff that honestly creates a huge buzz in the community, guys. Like, you got to be out of the box a little bit. What used to work to sell a car online does not work. And that's why you guys are here today looking at this, because things have changed a lot, and we got to be ready. But the good news is that 90% of car dealers haven't caught up to this at all. Like, guys, we could just pop up the ad account, and I showed you how many different ads did I show you? A lot of different ads. Like, we can just type in any dealership franchise. Let's not even go to the franchise stores because they're even more behind. Let's just type in auto sales, try to get some independents, and let's see the type of ads that they're running. Let's see if anyone's running these kind of strategies. So you can see right here, like, these people are running some videos, which is good. 0 down on approved quality. This is like almost hitting the mark right here. There's huge offers. There's videos. This is pretty good stuff. And we see independents doing this because as an independent, you have to adapt. But still, I bet
Jennifer here with Jennifer.
Yeah, these videos are pretty sick. They got an old lady here talking. Like, this is kind of more the direction you guys want to be headed. The problem with this ad is in the copy. Save your green on the best selection. What is save my green? I'm already done reading it there. I don't get it. Maybe if I lived there, I would understand. But it's not direct enough. Come down here. If we have trucks and SUVs, offer buy here, pay here, good credit. This is not bad, okay? But you don't want to send people to Messenger. They're like a half lead. You have to do so much more work just to get in touch with them. Jennifer's Auto Sales seems to be crushing it. They're running a lot of videos. This one looks good too. A direct offer. You must have a social security number, improvable income, $1,800 a month, free oil change, tire rotation for life. This kind of stuff is pretty good. Some happy customer stuff. So, like, people are doing bits and pieces, but you have to put it all together, and it's got to be clean. So, like I like these ones, no payments until fall, stuff like that. This stuff's kind of okay. So, some of these people are starting to implement this, but the big stores aren't, and this can set you guys apart in your market tremendously. So in the last 90 days for Garden City in New York, Long Island, it's total ad budget. They spent $7,438 on ad spend. We got them 1,700 leads at a cost per lead of $4.37. We booked them 272 appointments for a cost per appointment of $28. We had 72 appointments show up. So $100 to get somebody in your dealership. They approved 75 people based on sales plus deals pending. And then they had 40 sales. Okay. They would have sold a lot more, but they ran out of inventory. We were still able to get them a cost per acquisition of $186, guys. So, an average profit of their deals for $3,800 to $5,400, which I know it's not always that much. But that's what they averaged in this last 90 days. And so they made $152,000 off of $7,400 in ad spend. I mean, there's no reason you shouldn't be doing this, but look, they had to work through 1,700 leads just to get 72 people to show up. That's the reality of online marketing. But now they've got a database of 1,600 people that they can follow up with at any time. And that's another thing that we help with is lead management, BDC, follow-up, and everything like that. So, I hope this is all tracking good for you guys. I'm going to show you 2 more types. We can open it up for some questions as well. If any of you guys have, you can drop them in the chat, or you can just feel free to unmute your mic and we can talk here about whatever. The last 2 are super simple. This is digital retailing. This guy just comes on here and says, before you buy a new car, think about buying a previous rental car. He's standing at the auction. He says, previous rental cars are great. The banks love to approve for them, no matter your credit history. You can get a good deal on them, and then he sends them to an application. Let's actually look at this guy a little bit. You guys, if you're running ads, this guy is the GOAT in Canada. He sells leads for $200 a lead for an application. Remember those applications I told you guys I was getting for $6 an application? He sells those to dealerships in Canada for $200 an application. And dealerships buy usually 100 leads minimum. So this guy's got a crazy business going, and he sells leads like that. He doesn't do any of the first party lead generation. That's what we do. He generates them under his own page right here. So he says, buy an X rental car. He's at the auction. Don't buy a new car, buy a used rental car. Hey, blah, 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 blah. He says all his stuff, and then he sends them to this page right here. Easy payments on previous rentals. You click on this, it shows you the people, and then it sends you into one of these apps. I don't know what's wrong with this page here. Yeah, something's wrong with this page up here, but it sends you to this simple form. And we run the same kind of thing, guys. Like ours doesn't look this messed up. I don't know why his thing is messed up, but yeah, so ours just same kind of application, sends people through and allows them to put in a full application. This works really well for digital retailing, or if you're working with higher prime customers that want you to shop a specific vehicle, you can put the vehicle in front of them and say, hey, or you could put the ad in front of them with the application, and then they can tell you the vehicle they want, type of year, make, model, how much they have down, and then you can shop that from the auction if that's what you do. Alternatively, a lot of companies are doing this. Like this is basically the Carvana model. That's basically what it is. And there are some people that want to buy that way. Like if I'm looking for like a SUV and I'm open to a couple different makes or models, I'm just going to say, hey, I want in between a 2018 to 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee for around $34,000, and I want it to have less than 50,000 miles. If you can come up with options for them and send them that, then this strategy is great for that kind of person. So that it attracts, it sets you up as a very in-market savvy type of customer to go after. Then we have Spanish ads. Guys, my favorite thing about Spanish ads are the fact that in Facebook, you can actually target people by language that their phone is in. And so everybody whose phone is in Spanish, you can just target them super easy. So it's like, it's almost like bulletproof targeting to them. And we see that those customers, Latinos, want to do business with somebody else that speaks their language. And so by bringing them in to the funnel and working with a Spanish speaking salesperson, it's that know, like, and trust factor again that I talk about a ton. And that's going to help you convert more deals as well. So, and then the last thing is event ads. This is kind of like the trade-in, but these are like really flashy, in your face, like huge inventory, BDCs fired up, spending a lot of money on ads and just dropping like crazy and just booking appointments and just like volume. Imagine the old scratch off days. That's basically what this is. So if this has been useful to you guys, you should take the natural next steps and join the Shift Scale program. With that, you get daily follow-up coaching for your team, all 5 ad types set up, completely done for you in a custom strategy with graphics made for you, videos made for you, everything. Bulletproof follow-up system, full transparency with sale attribution tracking and reporting, more car sales guaranteed, and it's going to be roughly 3 to 5K per month all in starting out, guaranteed car salesman and return on investment. And you can book a strategy call with me by going right here to this page. It's theshiftsocial.com/booking-page. And here you can see a video of me breaking down a little bit about who our system's best for. You can choose a time, and you can even see clients like my guy Dana, who I just told you guys about and showed you the ads that I ran for him. And look what he says. I don't want your head to get too big, Nate, but most of all my sales have been from Facebook marketing. And that's the Facebook marketing that we've been doing for him. Here's David right here that I told you guys about. Guys, everybody can just say that they do these results and everything, but I've literally got the exact clients. I'm showing you their strategy. I'm showing you their numbers, and I'm showing you the videos of me talking with them. I mean, this guy, he's saying it's phenomenal. I can tell you how many people are coming in and they're saying that's the guy. They're like, they recognize me. They're coming over to me and they're telling me. There was a customer, quite a few customers actually, that have been coming from locations that we never would have tapped into. And I had a husband and wife from XYZ area a week and a half ago that drove almost 2 hours. They couldn't get approved anywhere else, but we were able to get them done. And that happens almost every day. That's exactly what he said. And you can see it on my page too. You can also see how Midpoint Auto sold 43 cars. This Alaska company, like I told you, this is the guy that's buying the cars. Look, he says, we made $9,000. Shoot one, we made $9,000 on. Yeah, $9,000 on one. I don't even think now, again, that's part of the reason is because how we buy them. You know, I don't know how this guy's buying them like that, but he's able to do it. We're also running TikTok ads profitably. Here's Dana talking more about what he'd say to somebody that's on the fence.
Great, and that I told them all about you, about how smart and innovative you are, that you're young, you've got a fresh perspective on the market, and that you're on top of them.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of really successful case studies, guys, and the proof's in the pudding. I mean, how this stuff works is so important. Like, this is the guy I told you about. His first lead actually closed, $2,800 deal, and that was the first $85. So I'm referencing things. This is a guy that I didn't even tell you guys about, a new client. He just messaged me over the weekend, and they sold another one. They're up like probably 30,000 now, and they started with us 30 days ago. You can see this guy. Hey, so the past 2 months, you closed 26 deals from our leads directly with 20, 30 deals additionally pending if we had inventory. He says, yeah. Oh, yeah, busiest week so far this week. We should have 2 deals wrapped up from 1 lead in about an hour. How much gross did you guys make? Average of 3,200 gross each, so 25,000, and that was for a $2,000 investment. So guys, like, I can tell you the proof is in the pudding. This stuff absolutely works. I don't know what everybody else is doing. I know that you guys have bought into things a lot that haven't worked in the past, but I can tell you what we're doing works. These 5 ad types that I showed you, they work excellent. I'm going to drop this link here for you guys in the Zoom chat so that you can capture this for yourself and you can look over these with your team. Feel free to try to implement it yourself. And then alternatively, you can also just have us set it up, and we are experts at this. We have been doing this the last 5 years, and I'm happy to have you guys on here. Also, I told you I'd teach you a free strategy, how you can make an extra 24K in 7 days by spending $0 on ads. Let me show you what that looks like. All you're going to do is you're going to message your entire leads list, and you're going to say, hey, are you still in the market for a new vehicle? And that's it. And they'll respond. So we did this with the guy's list the other day. It was about a list of, I think it was like 2,000 leads. And we just sent one simple text that had just a simple, hey, are you still in the market for a car? We sent it to their whole list. And we also sent it with a picture of the Google location, like a little screenshot of the maps and showing where the dealership is. And we said, reply back yes if you're still looking for a vehicle. And he had a bunch of yeses. Over 100 people responded yes in the first 5 minutes. And off that, they were able to turn 5 deals around and make over 24,000 gross in a weekend. And that was just off one single text. So we have the full capabilities and technology to do that as well through our system. It's super easy to send mass texts. You literally just can go into the contacts list and you can just check the leads that you want to text, and you can just click send SMS. And then you can just send them all a blast text just like that. You can also email them, and you can add them to a campaign, which has a variety of stuff on it. So now I'd love to open the floor up for some questions. If any of you guys have anything, that is all I've got for today. And I'd be happy to dive in. I got a couple more minutes here if you guys want to dive into any other specifics. Was that helpful, guys? Just let me know in the chat, and make sure to grab that link down too of the proven ads that we run. It's 5 strategies that I've the last 5 years we've spent a couple $1 million in ad spend. And look, you can even see, like, this is for one client right here. One client, 83,000. You can see up at the top is the March 4th, 2020 to April 4th, 2023. So that's not the whole ad account time. The amount of time we were running this campaign was only 1 year, a little bit less than that. It was like 10 months, and we spent 83,000. So we were running about 8,000 a month for them. We're still running with them today, and that's because we continually generate them crazy amounts of results. But 83,000, and they were able to sell over 350 cars with us. And in their best month, they sold 43 cars with us. So, I can show you exactly how we do that as well. And yeah, so you're either going to be in 3 buckets after this. So you're either going to be knowing you're not interested and that things aren't, this isn't the right thing for you. You're going to be knowing that you are interested, but you have questions. And if that's the case, I want to invite you to book a call with me directly. where we can make it a decision and have a decision call where we can assess if this is really going to be right for you. I went ahead and I dropped my link to my booking page inside of the Zoom chat. This is what we did for Midpoint Autos to help them scale. These are the kind of ads, $6 and $3 leads. Leads are contacted as soon as they respond to an ad. They're encouraged to book a test drive. They receive several nurturing texts and emails over the next several days or weeks. When they book, they are sent a confirmation reminders to help increase show rate. And the results were impressive. For $3,000 in ad spend, we generated 556 leads, booked 76 appointments, and sold 43 vehicles. They had a really aggressive BDC team that was on top of it, and they were able to do $138,000 of gross profit in their best month with us off $3,000 invested. We did over 50 ad variations at every given time. Our automated application system getting response over 50%, and we optimized their campaigns to go from $6 leads to go from $2 leads just by doing our system. One of the best things about this system is we helped them also generate 233 reviews through our automated review process, spiked our traffic by over 500% increase, and got them 500 inbound calls to their front desk. So total, we spent just short of 80K, over 100K on their ads by now. And we get them really good results. So that's one of many, many, many dealerships that we're working with, guys, that we're helping to scale. So I hope that gives you guys a good idea. I think a lot of people just give up with advertising too soon, and they don't realize like there's a proven process with this, and you have to hone in your process. You have to get the messaging right for your dealership. You have to get your BDC team dialed in. You know, there's a lot of different things to it. So here's everything that we include in our process. I'd be happy to go into that a little bit further if you guys have questions. Well, I appreciate you guys getting on here. Is there anybody that's got any questions or anything that they want to go over? I know it's just about quitting time for y'all. It's 5:10 over here. If you guys have any ads you want me to look at, send me your website. Just drop your website in the chat. I got about 3 more minutes here. I can look. I've got to jump into one last call today. All right, guys. Have a great night. Thank you so much for jumping on with me. I appreciate your time. We'll see you. See you next time.